Good morning. If you have a business, especially a coaching business that's primarily online, I'm going to guess that you've heard about a sales funnel. Well, if you're watching on the replay, I really want you to make sure that you tune in, because if you are finding yourself kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place trying to run your business, and maybe you even have kids at home trying to get them through school, this is just a very different time right now. I am bringing you resources and experts that are going to share ways that they have used to grow their business with less time and also have a family as well. So I'm super excited to bring this series of shows to you today. If you're here with us, make sure to say hi in the comments. Let us know where you're from. My name is Amy Iram. I'm the founder of Capitalize Social Media, and I help life and business coaches gain visibility and increase impact. And today I have a really special guest, and I can't wait to introduce her to you. I do also want to remind you that my show here, Coaches Go Social, is now sponsored by Wave.video. And if you're looking for a super easy and fun way to edit your videos, you don't have to hire a professional. You can totally do it yourself. And I would love to introduce you to Wave.video. I'll put a link in the comments for sure. So thank you so much for joining us. And I'm going to bring Kristin here in just a moment. So, like I said, this is so crazy right now. I think I've started a lot of my shows. This is a crazy time right now, because it is. We are talking about just so much going on right now. It's just hey Tim, hey everyone joining us, hey Allie. Yes, Wave.video is the best. So we are talking about parents in situations right now that own businesses that are trying to do all sorts of different types of schooling at home right now, or in all different situations across the country. Whatever situation you're in, it's rough. And this month I planned way far in advance that we're going to talk about back to school theme, sort of back to school theme. We're getting ready for school and how we're going to prepare. Well, it's looking a little bit different right now. And what we're talking about today is specifically focused on your business, and how my guest, and I'm going to introduce you to her in a second, she's so awesome, how she's been able to create some significant milestones in her business using sales funnels. And I've talked about sales funnels before, and we've mentioned it, and let us know in the comments too if you've been using a sales funnel. But some people just steer away from them because they think they're really complicated. But with this challenge that we have and not having a ton of time on our hands, it could really be something that could benefit you and your business and give you some more time. And that's really what I want to talk about today. So my guest today, Kristin, she is the founder of Monetize Mama. She has an incredible background and story to share, and lots of tips for us today. So I cannot wait to bring her on. Here she comes. Yay, Kristin! Woohoo!
Yes, I'm here.
You're here. Where are you? There you are. Woohoo!
Yes.
You are here, and we've got lots of people watching. If you're watching right now, please let us know that you're here. Say hi. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what your business is. Tell us about your business, because that's a lot of what we're talking about today. Business, how many kids you have, what's going on at home. Like, we're all in this together, and we all need to be supportive of each other and know that we are definitely not alone. These circumstances are super wild. So gosh, yeah, it's definitely something that we need to be all in it together. So thank you for being here, Kristin. I'm so excited. Oh, I didn't say how we met. We met two or 3 years ago. I can't remember.
Maybe 3 years.
I think it was 3 years. It was the very first year, and every year since then we get to reunite, even though you live just up the street here in Orange County from San Diego. We get to reunite every year at Social Media Marketing World and volunteer and have so much fun. And then, I know your business, and this recently we got to know each other a little more. And when I was hearing your stories about, these milestones you've had in your business, I'm like, oh, what's going on? What is Kristin doing? I think we need to learn more about this. So definitely want to share you with my audience and oh, hey, Allie, so glad that you're here. Oh, she has a couple different businesses and 2 kids. Tim's here too. He's got a business that's raring to go with all sorts of live shows, and he's got 2 kids, and Oh my goodness. Yes, we've got a lot going on. So share your business in the comments. Let us know that you're here and join the conversation because we are super excited to be here to share some tips. And take it away, Kristin. Tell us about yourself, kind of how you started your business, what you got going at home. Tell us all about you.
Sure. As Amy said, I am Kristin Arillis. My business is Monetize Mama. And I want to say I started 3 years ago this month, but I can never remember. I feel like it's been so long. And I started Monetize Mama out of need, to be honest. I started off in college, met my husband, and joined the military. We got married within, I want to say, 2 months of meeting each other in person. We actually celebrate our 6-year anniversary on the 2nd of September. And he's military. He's active Navy. We moved to Virginia and I ended up getting pregnant like 6 months into our marriage. And so I was just like, hey, I'm living in a different state. I didn't feel comfortable like going to work and doing all of that stuff. And we were kind of like letting me stay home. And that turned into me getting into network marketing. And I was growing this business with a newborn, but I found myself coaching the other moms in network marketing because I was getting way more done than what they were, even though I had a newborn at home. And then I realized that the money from me coaching people or coaching these moms ended up being more money than what I was getting in my network marketing business. And so it slowly transformed into what I have today, which is Monetize Mama. I'm growing it into an agency where we help do business consulting and set up sales funnels so that, as I call it, my audience can monetize their audiences while they sleep. And that's kind of a little bit about me. Oh, and then I also kind of wanted to share that I do have 2 toddlers. So it sounds like they're banging something. So hopefully you all can hear that. I have 2 toddlers, a 3 and 4-year-old, and we're here in Southern California. My husband is, again, active Navy, and he's currently in Japan. So I'm doing all of this and building this business by myself. Like, especially with COVID, I feel like no one has that much support as far as people helping them in the house right now. But for me, it's like my husband lives in a completely different time zone and country right now. So yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Oh, thanks for telling us. It's amazing how, your kids, I know they're little. I'm like, they're not even school aged yet. I'm like, you're kind of lucky that they're not in school right now because this is a just crazy challenge right now. Tim says we're going Zoom from home. We have to make a decision by Friday. We're weighing a few other options as well. I mean, let us know what you're thinking about for school. No judging here. Everyone has to make their own decision based on their own family needs and what fits them best. There's no, we're just open here for ideas. Maybe you'll hear something that someone else says that, I'll think about that and consider it, because there's a lot of options and there's just, a lot going on. Let's just all get together and just embrace this time so we can get through it and be better on the other end. But oh gosh, yes, Tim, Social Media Solutions. He helps nonprofits. I think you might have met Tim at Social Media Marketing World. Did you? Yeah. Makes more of an impact through live streaming coaching and remote live producing services. He's got a couple of shows, Tim and Jim Show, the Family First Show. And although not much time for his Family First Show because family is first. And that's taking up a lot of time, right? His girls are 6 and 9, kindergarten and 4th grade. And his wife is a teacher. That is another, complication to this whole situation that we're in. Yes, a lot of patience for two toddlers and running a business. Seriously, I did the same thing though. When I was like, I'm going to stay at home, and then I'm like, I want to do something else. And so, I was home and had the flexibility and started a business because we just some people just have that desire just to want to do something else also. Yeah, that's awesome. Allie does business. Her business is digital editing, and she still sells statement jewelry. I love your necklace, by the way, Kristin.
Thank you.
So makeup and hair design. Yay, Allie. Allie's got a lot of stuff going on too. A judgment-free zone, just like Planet Fitness. Yes. Oh, Tim was a stay-at-home dad for 6 years too.
Oh, yeah, wow.
So we all have that in common. That's interesting. Yeah. Thank you for sharing, everybody. I'm so glad that you're here. So let's talk about how Kristin is making this all work and how we can learn from her. So I would love to hear more about your business and how you help your clients, and maybe how they've used sales funnels. This is what I want to talk about today, because I think that's something that people say hear funnel, are like, like this is, I don't know what to do with funnels, or it seems really complicated. It might not be as complicated as we're making it out to be. So tell us a little more about that and how you help your clients.
Sure. It all started off with really realizing that when clients would come to me, and because I used to market myself as someone that can help them with productivity because I get so much done. And clients will come to me, and I'm realizing that they're bringing all of this traffic to their business. They're marketing, they're posting, they're doing all of this stuff. However, their bank accounts were not matching all of the work they were putting into their marketing. And I kind of got to the point where I realized that they will only have one or two offers, but then they weren't somewhat related, and they were like missing a lot of the money. So I like to call it, or kind of think of it as, when we're growing our businesses, we're focused on our marketing and we bring someone into the door of our business. They purchase with us, but then we're so focused on turning this way to find more people to buy that we completely forget to nurture and create opportunities for the people who already said yes to keep working with us. It's actually cheaper to focus on the people who've already said yes once before than it is to go and find new people. So when you I know I keep going like this. So when you dig deeper with the people that are already here with you, I've started to notice that they start spreading word, and you don't even have to market as much to the people over here, because you have this entire audience that is, I like to call it hashtag Team You, who every time they say something or do something, someone's asking them, how did you learn that? Or where did you get that from? And then they support you and start sharing your pages, your social media, sending you referrals, if you just nurture and go deeper with the people that you have. And so that's where sales funnels come in. But when I say sales funnel, I don't want you to think of something that's super analytical and you got to figure all of this stuff out. I actually created this simple process of figuring out exactly what problem you solve and figuring out what that process is that you take clients through to get them from having pain or experiencing pain to over here, and the promise that you are saying that you can help them with. I like to think of it, and I don't know where I learned this from, but like a rainbow. How to take them from the clouds over here, it's dark, they upset, life is just horrible right now, over to the other side where it's this pot of gold and life is good and they're living a dream. And think of your rainbow as your process. Every color in the rainbow is a step in your process to getting them results. And when you think of it that way and you figure out what your process is and create offers, you can create upsells and downsells and create more opportunities for the people who said yes the first time to keep spending money with you. And I've seen this work time and time again. And last month, I launched a client who is in the hair industry, and she created a course about the hair. It was a $57 course. We did an upsell. I believe the upsell was a $150 session with her. And then we did a downsell that was $50, and bringing her people, her audience into the front of that funnel just to buy her $57 course, but then also having those two options for them on the back end. She ended up closing, I believe we're at 14,000 in 30 days compared to if she would have only just had the course, or if she only would have just had the sessions. She started off with only having sessions in her business. So when you think of it that way, you don't realize wow, these people love you and they want to learn from you, and they're willing to pay the price to work with you, regardless of what those opportunities are. And then they bring their friends and they want to be referrals of your offers. And then they bring their friends. And it's just this beautiful world of being able to use a sales funnel in that way, where you're taking people, I call it a customer journey. You're taking your people through this customer journey, but you're doing it through emails, because that's how you can nurture them and continue to keep sending them emails and supporting them. And the last part of this is when somebody goes through your courses or your programs, you start identifying where they get stuck. Therefore, you could set up your email system to respond to them on day 2 when they start panicking, or day 7 when you know that they're going to have this hurdle or this hump. And then they feel very, very supported, because you're there in their inbox and you know what they're going through before they even go through it.
Wow. That's awesome. I think it sounds like we have Joanne here, Joanne Kroll. She is a professional organizer for your real clutter and your digital clutter. And it seems like you're like a um, organization for business owners, like for their business, like the actual business. You're taking like everything that they have and you're just like organizing it into parts that just totally make sense. So I really like, and I love your analogy about the rainbow. Like, oh yes, I want to be the clouds and like all the fluffy, wonderful things with unicorns and all that kind of stuff. Yes, that sounds great. Sign me up. I love that. Yeah. And congratulations on your client success. That is really, really, really cool. Oh, we have Pamela here, Pamela Potter Frost. You remember her from Social Media Marketing World? She's, I think she volunteered with us last year.
Oh, I remember.
She has, hey, Pamela, tell us about your business. So good to see you here. She has a business and you have to tell me more about, she has chickens. I remember she has chickens and she has a couple of kids too. So she's, navigating this whole situation along with us. So yeah, let us know, Pamela. It's so good to see you here. So we're talking about funnels and how we can make those simplify our business. But I like how you talked about the offers. So like, if you have a business too, I want to hear how many offers that you have. Like I've got a done for you, a done with you, and then like a lower end, but it still involves me. So how are these people creating these? Like, what are they creating that like maybe on the lower end? Does it take a lot of time to create something on the low end of, what do you do?
No, so what we kind of focus on starting is depending upon how much time they have. We start them off with either a course or you could do an intensive, like a short intensive that helps your clients kind of give them a game plan on how they could create the results for themselves. And in that way, like some people start off with just an intensive or like a strategy session, I'll call it. They start off with a strategy session, take a few people through it so you can make sure that you have your process organized the way that you want it to be, to then turn it into a course. But what we focus on as far as what their offers need to look like is, I think so many people focus on, I believe that there's 3 levels of offers. You have your active, which is, it involves 100% of you. You have to show up. Those are like your coaching calls. It's not, you can't automate it in any way because it requires your time. So that's your active income. Then you have your leverage income, which is the one-to-many. And then you have your passive income, where you create something once and keep making money. So many times people create multiple offers, but all their offers involve the active income. All their offers involve their time, their energy, compared to having one that's active. That way, if you need to bring some money in fast, you can sell that thing and make the money, but then also incorporating something that may be leveraged and then something that could eventually become passive, where you're just leading people to it, but you don't have to involve any extra time into it. And that may be someone's DIY or do-it-yourself offer. So as far as them getting started with this, we focus on their intro offer being as leveraged as possible, meaning they have something that's one-to-many potentially. We also focus on it being something where they don't have to spend so much of their time invested into it, because like, it can still be personable, but you don't want to spend so much time of yourself in it because you're not getting paid for that. Like, it's because it's like something that's like a low end first intro offer. You want to create that thing that's like a course or a membership, or this is also where master classes can come in. Like, the options are endless of what this could look like. And then you just start there. And then you start moving people through this process that, hey, I'm giving you the game plan in this first offer, but I have these other ways you can work with me if you want more of my time. And then they pay for that amount of time that they're receiving now.
Got it. So we've got active on the top. It's like all of our time. Leverage, that's kind of half time, maybe right in the middle. And then passive, which is probably what a lot of us need to focus on right now, because the time is our biggest, even though we're at home, it's like the time and like the struggle that we're feeling pulled in all these different directions. Like, if we can focus on some, and I'm right there. That's where my opportunity is. Focus on the opportunities to have teach and to guide and to give them the plan of what they can do on their own without needing a ton of support, then they can get led into other programs where they can get more support when it's time. I think that that's a great, and you map that all out for them. You go, okay, what do you have? And then let's make it all work. And I think a lot of us probably need to focus on our passive income opportunities right now, especially if we have kids at home. Tim asked a question. Do you think offers need to be more simple and shorter now in Corona world? Or do you think people still have an appetite for more intense programs? Obviously, people are in all sorts of different situations. That's a really good question. What do you think?
My answer is, why not have both? Start off with one, but have the opportunity to have both for your audience. That's exactly what I did last month. And I was telling Amy last month, I created 3 different levels of my offers, and I ended up closing 61,000 in 30 days because you have the people who want something simple and short because that's all the capacity they have. But you have other people where they're going all in their business because maybe their job is unstable or something is happening where they need this business to work. And they're like, I want to go all in because I need results and I want as much help as possible to get the results that I want. So my answer would be go with both, but figure out which one makes the most sense for you. If you are more time capped, I will go with more of the like high intense premium program because you can work with less clients compared to if you have all the time in the world, then you could have those like lower offers that require you to be like on multiple calls at their strategy sessions, or you can have like just some of the lower end stuff requires so much more time and you have so many more clients that you have to manage. So that would be my answer. Choose both, but depending upon how much time you have, go high end, more intense with clients because you only need a few first before you go on the other side.
Makes sense. Yeah, definitely time capped for sure. That seems like a lot of our struggle. That's really good advice. That was a good question. If you have any more questions for Kristin about sales funnels, about organizing a business, about different products and offers, make sure you ask now. We got a few more minutes left. And I do want to touch on the other side of things here is that, you have the 2 little ones at home, and you're homeschooling. When you have the kids at home before they go to school, you are a teacher, you are homeschooling. What kind of things do you like to do with your kids? Maybe we can get some ideas of different things we can do with our own kids that we could steal from you. What kind of things do you guys enjoy?
Now, I guess the best thing I can kind of explain is I am doing a lot of what you'll call home economics with my kids, meaning that like sometimes when we're time capped, we kind of tend, at least for me, we tend to want to do everything ourselves because it may take too long if our kids want to be involved. So like for the things that I do with them, they're helping me cook. They're counting how many blueberries go in a pancake, or they're counting like how many things of potatoes I need out the cabinet. So like I'm doing that kind of work with them. But then we also bought these like, what are they called? Like the plastic sheet covers. Let me think. Like the little plastic things that you put inside of a binder if you're trying to protect like the
like sheet protector. Yeah.
So we bought a version of those that are a little thicker, and I bought them some like learning booklets, and we slide the pages in there so that it's erasable if they mess up, but they can also be reusable. And we got them some whiteboard erase markers. And so we play school and they love it because it looks like to them that they're doing what mommy's doing. They're working. And so that's part of what we've been doing. But the best thing I could say is we just go outside, which is so new. It's a completely opposite thing than what I used to do. Right now, we're going outside, riding their bikes, and it's kind of like a 2-in-1 where they're riding their bikes, getting some sunshine, and I'm like running next to them, trying to get my workout in. But let's just say that the kids' bikes and their little knees be knocking a little faster than mommy can run right now.
Those little legs go fast. I know that feeling.
So we do that and we go outside, and while they're riding their bikes and I'm running, we're like singing our ABCs, we're counting. So I do a lot of like 2-in-1 type activities. They're learning while we're also doing like just the regular things in our life. And I just found a way to make it more fun, but educational.
That's awesome. I think that just goes to show, like school, school and learning can happen anywhere. It's all the environment that you make it, and you make it fun, especially kids. They want to make a game out of anything, they want to get them to be engaged. They want to have fun, like they can learn at the same time. And you really think about how many opportunities kids have to learn at home. You think like, oh, I have to spend all this time doing all this homework. Well, you got to do the homework, but there's all these other opportunities at the same time that you have to learn too. So yes. Oh, thanks for being here, Nancy. So good to see you. Yes, Tim. Yes, they loved your answer, your response to Tim's question. That was a really good way to explain it. I love that. Yes, good way to include the kiddos. Yeah, we've been doing like even playing games and counting, especially because my son's 6. We're working on math. Like we started playing Monopoly, and he calls it Monopoly. Monopoly. I'm like, I love it. I'm like, it's hilarious. Like, yes, it's funny. I love when they say things funny. And but like adding and subtracting and giving change and money and all that kind of stuff, and figuring out strategy, like all that kind of stuff. They're just sponges, and they just pick up all that stuff really, really fast. So there's all sorts of opportunities to learn for sure. Yes. Sheep protectors. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I remember that word.
Yeah, that's a great, I know. It's funny when that's happening all the time. I'm like, what is that word? And like 5 minutes later, oh yeah, that's what it was. Yes. Tim says sunshine, nature, outside. Kids need sunshine. They need to be outside and move their bodies, especially the little ones. Those little legs, they need to be running around like crazy. What don't you do? Yeah. I know. That's why I said it. Like,
I don't sing or dance. I can't do either to save my life.
Oh, so you're not on TikTok then, it sounds like.
No. I'm trying to figure it out, but like it's taking me some time to kind of get into the moves. And by the time I learn the dances, there's a new dance out, and the one I just is old.
Oh yeah, for sure. Me too. I can't do the dancing ones either. Although I love to dance. It takes me a long time to learn a dance like that. Oh, Joanne says, I always did those things with my girls. I wish I homeschooled them because they eventually stopped loving school. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because school gets hard. It's really hard, and when you have them at home, you have the ability to, make it slower for them or to speed it up depending on what they're having, what they're interested in. It's kind of an advantage. So as much as this is going to be really hard, I think maybe, it's for some of us, maybe it'll kind of open our eyes to like other options out there. Who knows? I don't know. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. Snap Camera has a Monopoly Man filter. I knew you were wondering. Yes, Tim. Thank you. He's the king of filters. He loves the filters. Whenever he's on his live shows, his Tim and Jim show or the Family First show, he's always putting himself in different filters. And I haven't gotten there yet. I can't do it. I'm gonna let you be the master. I'm gonna let you be the master of the filters, Timmy. Crack me up. Nancy says her young ones are all grown up, but this is great info. She can inspire and support our online communities. Yeah, exactly. Learning can happen everywhere. And, I think, with the younger kids too, it's just most important to make sure that they love learning, to just keep that foundation of loving learning, and that will carry them through all the way for sure. Yes. Pamela, I can dance. I can dance. I can do my flash mob. Oh my goodness. Yes. I can, and that took, no kidding, that took 2.5 months of practice, and lots and lots of practice. And I still didn't get every single step right, but it doesn't matter because we had a blast. Yes. Of course, recommend people like Kristin. Kristin has, as far as coaches, I've always talked about, importance of coaches. Life and business coaches are just my jam. I love them. They just provide so much value. And, partnering with a coach as a business owner, even just, in personal development arena, anything that you're trying to improve yourself upon, like you can figure it out yourself. You will be able to figure it out yourself. If you're bound and determined, you're going to figure it out yourself. But if you figure out how to do it in a way that someone else has, or if you find someone that's already been there and done that and you partner with them, how much faster can you get by partnering with someone that's already been there than you can on your own? And I think that is the ultimate bonus of coaching, is just having a coach that's been there, that can just guide you, just like a GPS. You can, if you go north, eventually you're going to get to where you're going to go. But if you just keep driving, it's going to take you a while. Maybe you're going to run out of gas. Who knows? But if you partner with a coach that's already been there, then you're going to get there so much faster. And I know you were saying, we were talking before the show, that you have a couple of coaches and they're specific, like this coach is specifically going to help me do this. And so you work with them in that process to accomplish that task, and you know exactly where you're going. Yeah. Homeschooling. It's not going to be so, what's the word for it? Not losing the word for it. So, now you got me. I don't know. Homeschooling is like, not talked about. What's the word for something that's like, not, no one wants to talk about it. Now I can't think of it. Now I'm totally blocked.
Look, I don't know if something's happening where words are just not coming to us, right?
No, they're not. The words homeschooling. Oh my gosh. Yes. Because people didn't know about it before. They thought, oh my gosh, we can't do it. And then all of a sudden, like 90% of the world is homeschooling. So we're all going to figure it out. Snap filter. I know, Tim, these guys are so funny. The computer can't handle Snap camera. Oh, bummer. I have it, but I haven't used it. I go, oh, that's nice. I have it. I'm not there yet. I flash mob like a dance fever crew. I did. I hope we'll be able to do that again sometime. Oh, thanks. I love it. I got a video around it captured my flash mob. If you ever want to see it, it was pretty fun. Yeah, taboo. Taboo. Yes. Thank you, Pamela. Taboo. See, we don't need words. We just need to have people here that help us with the words. That's all. Yes, taboo. Homeschooling was taboo. You heard about it like, oh, they're homeschooling, and there's a whole subculture of people that homeschool. But now it's like, oh, we all homeschool. We're all going to be homeschooling to a certain extent, whether you're leading the instruction or you're partnering with the teacher. But it's not going to be so taboo anymore. Thanks for the word, Pamela. Yeah. Exactly what I was looking for. Yes, exactly. Oh, Tim brings up an excellent tip. Homeschooling will be amazing. Yes. Look for the good and you will find it. That's what I always say. It must be positive for sure. Yes. I hope, Pamela says, I hope social media marketing will be person in the future. I sure hope so, but I don't know about that. We'll see. California is one of the more strict ones. I was hopeful maybe a couple months ago, but now it's not looking good. I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy asked a good question. We're going to wrap up in a couple minutes, so make sure you ask your questions. We're running out of time, but this is such a fun conversation. I'm sure Kristin has to go do something. Busy mama. Okay. Do you set specific time to be fully present with your kids, or are they integrated with your workday? No, she hasn't answered that, and that's a really great question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I do two things. First thing is I try to plan out my schedule with the kids. Okay, pre-COVID, I used to schedule out my calendar, like what days were we going to the library, what days were we going like for ice cream or different events. And I would put that on my calendar as blocks so that it would not be available when people use like my Acuity scheduling to book calls with me. But now that COVID is here and there's not a lot to do outside the house, what I've started doing is like, I do have calls today. I think I have like 5 or 6 today. And so with me doing my calls, I time block my days into calls that are only on certain days. And so that's why I have so many. That's not an everyday thing. And so I put a buffer in between my calls. And so my kids get mommy time. So like right after this, I think I have like 45 minutes before my next call. So I'll go sit on the couch with them. I'll be playing like their game with them on the tablet, or I might take them out to go walk. My makeup is kind of pretty today, so we might stay indoors because it's a little hot outside. But I kind of integrate them into my day. I figure out like, okay, where are my time blocks where I have a little time in between my calls? And I give them a little mommy time and we hug and cuddle on the couch, or I might ask them about like what they're doing. Cause mine are, I always forget how old they are. They're 3 and 4. So they are still entertaining themselves right now. But if it wasn't like COVID, or like, I know every Wednesday we go to a local ice cream shop and it's a no way day. So we get them some ice cream and we come back and do a movie. And I block that out on my calendar like it's a call. So the length of the movie is a call. And we do a movie in between all my other things that I'm doing. And so I kind of just integrated it in between my day, because I noticed that if they get 5 or 10 minutes with me, you don't see them during my calls. Compared to trying to sit at my computer and work in between my calls, because then it's like, mommy, are you done yet? When are you coming to see us? When are you coming to talk to us? And I had to learn that rhythm.
That's really good. Yes, I think we're all familiar with time blocking our business, but time blocking the family time and integrating that, I think planning in advance and all that is really, really important. And having a 3 and 4-year-old and that kind of being trained that way, I would say, is a huge accomplishment. So good job. Yes, loving the mommy time. Yes, this is, for sure. This is really good advice. Schedule in daddy time. Yes, that is perfect. I agree. Oh, these guys are so silly. Quality. It's not the quality. It's the quality time versus the quantity. Yes, exactly. I think that is definitely key. So let's all get our businesses organized, and so we have more time, but then make sure that the time that we have is used really super effectively. And we all are going to get through this together, whether we have kids or not. We're all here and we're all going to get through this together. So thank you so much for joining me, Kristin. It was really a pleasure having you on and sharing all of your amazing tips and strategies on how you help your clients have these awesome results and how you manage having 2 kids at home by yourself doing all of this. So we all just want to be like Kristin. For sure.
Well,
Kristin Gold.
for having me. This was awesome. This was like really good, kind of talking through and talking out the things that kind of come, I guess I'll say normal for me, because I am I like, I think whose book it is, I forgot, but I feel like everything is, you can figure everything out. And so if it's something that you want to do, one of my coaches kind of challenged me with that mindset, that if I'm saying that something can't happen because of a certain reason, challenge that thought process. So if it's, I have calls all day, I can't spend time with my kids till my day is over, which is not for me today. It's not till 6 p.m. because I'm starting later in the day. It just made me realize, okay, I could just start adding them in between my calls because they're right there in the next room. And I could just plop down on the couch, say, hey, how you doing? Play the game a little bit, give them a snack, and then come back for my next call. And it also gives me the ability to show up better for my clients because I wasn't working in between and I got that break for myself, that I can come and show up 100% for them.
Yes, that's awesome. You've really got it down. And we really have to just use all these ideas and these tips to really figure out what's going to be best and what's going to work for you for sure. Mm-hmm. So thank you so much, and look forward to next Tuesday, every Tuesday this month at 9:30 a.m. Pacific time. Next Tuesday, I have Elizabeth Atwill, and she helps families go through different challenging transitions and times. And that's what she's going to help us with. She has 4 adult children. But she's been where we were at definitely before, and we're going to learn from her. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope to see you next week, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.